Welcome to the Microsoft SQL Server Connector Quickstart Guide. In this video, we will demonstrate how to create a freehand query in the Business Object Designer and how to use the connector tool in a basic task. You will require BPA Platform 2023, Microsoft SQL Server Connector Agent, Microsoft SQL Server Connector Tool, Microsoft SQL Server version 2014 or above. In the previous video, we demonstrated how to create a connection. So let's go straight into the Business Object Designer. We will now demonstrate the Freehand Query Object feature. In the Business Object pane, click Add, then select the Freehand Query Object and click OK. Although this mode allows the freedom to perform any SQL commands, its primary function is to retrieve data. Other actions such as inserts, deletes, drops and executes must be used with caution. Let's begin by giving our query the name Freehand Query, and we will enter an example query that we have prepared for this demonstration. Click Execute Query, and in the warning dialog box, click Yes. We can now see the results returned in the Output Preview pane. The output schema shows a list of columns selected by the query and is the schema passed to other tools at task runtime. Let's now edit the SQL to add a parameter. The primary function of a parameter is to be used as part of a where query. This allows for dynamic data to be mapped to parameters at step level to change what the query will return. After adding a where clause, we will click Insert Parameter. This can be changed to a parameter name of your choosing, but we will leave it at a default value. Then we can execute the query. In the pop-up, click Yes. The Set Preview Parameter Values window will appear. We will then enter an example value from the database. This must be done to return a set of results so the output schema can be generated again. It is only for this purpose. The value is not passed to step level and does not affect task runtime. Click OK, and we can now see the result has been returned. The Input Schema pane lists the parameters available for mapping at step level. Let's click OK to close. Our new object is now displayed in the Business Object Designer. In the Input and Output Schema tab, we can see the schemas relating to our query. Click OK and OK again to close the windows. In BPA Platform, let's look at how the tool can be used. Navigate to Tasks, right-click and select New Folder. We will name this SQL Connector. Then click New Task. Enter the name for this task, SQL Freehand. In the Design tab, Browser, Tools, Data Connectors, we will drag in the Microsoft SQL Server Connector tool. We won't require any changes in the General tab and go straight to the Connections tab. In the Connection drop-down, we will select the connection that we created earlier. In the Mappings tab, Object drop-down, we will select Freehand Query, and in the Operations drop-down, we will choose Execute. These will be dependent on the configuration in your Business Object Designer query created previously. In the Operation Data pane, expand the folder. The parameters created in the query will be displayed for mapping. Then click Functions. we will drag in a fixed dynamic function to the transformation mappings area, which will allow us to quickly input some data for this demonstration. Double-click to open it. In the Value tab, we will enter an example value from our query. Click OK to close. Now we can drag to map the fixed dynamic function to the parameter. Then click OK to close the window. To demonstrate the output, we will drag in a save file step. Select Read Data from a Source, and in the Source drop-down, ensure Output Data from Microsoft SQL Server Connector is selected. In the Connections tab, we will leave the Use Local File System option selected. In the Main tab, we need to browse to a file path, and then click Select. We will enter a static file name for this task, naming it relayconnection.xml, and click OK to close. We now need to join these two steps together. And finally, click Save and Close. Let's queue the task we have just created. Once complete, we will navigate to the output file. We can now see the final output of this task. This is a simple example of the tool in use. However, a typical example in an integration context would include data passed from an application to the Microsoft SQL Server Connector, mapping and transforming the data, and then passing this to a staging database, from where it will be sent to the target system. And that's it for this Quickstart guide. If you require more information, please see any accompanying documentation and the tool white papers. For further assistance, please contact your account manager or visit codelessplatforms.com. Thanks for watching.